We're back. Let's do another stories. And with over 461,000 candidates nationwide expected to sit for this year's West African Senior Secondary Certificate Examination, the West African Examination Council says it is fully prepared to conduct this year's WASSCE despite conflict in areas like Boko and Nkwanta. According to WAEC Public Affairs Head John Kapi, provisions have been made to ensure candidates in conflict zones can write their papers safely, with sensitization programs rolled out to prepare candidates ahead of the exam. We'll hear from him shortly, but first listen to the education think tank IFES pressing government to act fast on reforms. And this is Dr. Peter Ante, and he's Executive Director.
It exposes our education authorities of their understanding of the nature of the current crop of students and generation that they are dealing with. Move from Bolgatanga and then now to Al Farouk. Interestingly, in Al Farouk, we have not seen them destroying properties. We don't know how this is going to escalate because this is the beginning. But in Bolgatanga, it was brutal, very, very destructive. They burned their libraries and other things. It tells you that the nature of students we're dealing with demands a more sophisticated kind of engagement from our school authorities. And I think that is an angle that we are not doing well. I believe that the education authorities need to now retrain our school authorities, administration officials on how to engage the Gen Zs in this, at this particular point in time. Their understanding of issues are different. Their appreciation of circumstances is different. And you do not use the old style of handling students to handle them. They would definitely rebel against whatever decision that you are bringing on board.
Well, WAEC says they are poised to conduct an incident-free examination. John Kapi speaks for the examination body.
Well, we have so far been able to print the question papers. We've sent also, normally for the WASSCE, the stationery goes along with the question papers. So whoever is keeping custody of the questions also keeps custody of the stationery, except for the objective answer cards, which we would present to the schools ahead of time so that the supervisors can prepare them for the exam. So we've printed, normally we print in batches based on the timetable. So for the first 3 weeks, all the questions are ready. They have been transported. As we speak, every single person has arrived at their destination ready for the examination this morning. So I would say that we've had quite a smooth process in the preparation towards the examination in terms of printing, packaging, and then dispatching our staff to the field for the exercise. So when the exams were to be, first of all, during the BEC, what we did, especially at the time, it was just Boko. So we did not have an examination depot in Boko. What we did was to have a depot at Zebila. So from Zebila, the examination officials, that is the district exam officials, would drive under police escort to Zebila, pick up the questions, go back, have the candidates write, and then return the scripts to our depot keeper at Zebila. That's what we did, and that's the same thing we wanted to replicate for the WASSCE. And then the Nalego issue occurred, and then there were also some pockets of disturbances in some schools within the Upper East in particular. So what we did was to be in touch with the local authorities, of course, with the collaboration of the Ghana Education Service. And then they told us that they had made adequate provision for security. They will be able to secure the entire area where the examinations will be written. We have about 3 centers within the Boko enclave itself. So what they've tried to do is that they are no longer having any day students. Everybody now has been sent to the boarding house. So you don't have to commute from home to school to write the examination. And then also we have our examination depot at Zebila, as I mentioned earlier. So the examination officials would go, pick up the questions, go and conduct the examination, of course, with the support of the security personnel who are in that area. And when exams are over, they return the scripts to Zebila. Now, we've also there was a problem in Zwarungu, also in the Upper East region. And so some of the candidates who hail from Boko have chosen to go back to Boko and write the exams. They don't want to write in Zwarungu because they feel safer in Boko than in Zuarungu. So provision has been for them also to go back. They have also been provided accommodation on campus, so they can stay in school and write the examinations without any difficulties. In Nalerugu, we also have been in touch with the officials over there. They indicate the place is safe. They have made enough provision for security. Again, they are ensuring that no candidate is loitering in the course of the examination. And so they believe that the candidates will be able to write over there. The same thing applies to Nkwanta. So in all these areas, we've been in touch with them, and we are in constant touch with our personnel in the regions so that they give us feedback as to, what the security situation is.
Right, so that's why for you, and of course, some aspect of the examinations already started, and everything will not kick in beginning tomorrow, and we'll be around the country to bring you the latest on this matter. Now, fierce legal battle looms between the Esikado Ketan Member of Parliament, Dr. Grace Ayensu-Danquah, and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, as the two engage in public accusations over whether or not the MP's professorship is legitimate. Now, lawyer for the MP, David Ametefe, has, in a letter, taken on GTEC, accusing them of bias and political influence. The lawyer's letter is in response to the Commission's threat to initiate a court action against the MP if she does not stop carrying herself as a professor of surgery. According to GTEC, there is no evidence whatsoever justifying that Dr. Ayensu has been appointed a professor of surgery by Utah in the United States of America, contrary to her claim. There's more in the following report.
Few days intensified its clampdown on the unjustified use of academic titles, especially among businessmen, religious leaders, politicians, and other influential persons in society. The Commission has in the last few days called out persons, including Deputy Director of Election and IT for the NDC, Rashid Tanko Computer, founder and presidential candidate of the All People Congress, Hassan Ayariga, and several others out, with the latest being the MP, Esikado Ketan, Dr. Grace Ayensu-Danquah. The controversy over her professorship title heightened following ranking member on the appointment committee, Alexander Penyu-Markin's probe into her qualification during her vetting as Deputy Health Minister.
I am a professor of surgery at the University of Utah. I am a professor of global surgery per the American College of Surgeons and the American Board of Surgery. I have worked in teaching for the last 15 years. Thank you.
So the American College of Surgery, in its role, has your name there as Professor Ayensu-Danquah, correct?
American College of Surgeons has my name as a Professor Ayensu-Danquah. I am a board-certified surgeon, doubly boarded from the United States of America. Thank you.
GTEC, following the incident on August 4, wrote to the MP demanding all academic documents conferring the title on her. Her lawyers, in an August 8 response, indicated that her appointment as an assistant professor of surgery by the vice chair for academic affairs at the Department of Surgery at the University of Utah justifies her qualification. But GTEC insists she was appointed an adjunct assistant professor and not an assistant professor, a position GTEC says does not even qualify her as a senior lecturer in Ghana. GTEC warns it will drag the MP to court if she does not stop carrying herself in public as a professor.
Lawyers for the Member of Parliament for Esikado Ketan and Deputy Health Minister are not happy with the position and approach adopted by GTEC. And they've got a statement to make their points. First, they talk about the tone of the letter. They say that is abrasive, combative, and in part disparaging, falling short of the courtesy and neutrality expected of a statutory body. They also make the point that there's no clear criteria, published guidelines, or statutory framework were cited in assessing Dr. Danquah's credential, raising concern of subjectivity. And so, I mean, the lawyer's the letter or response to GSEC is what you have on your screen. All right. Let's turn attention now. Over 100 traders in Ashaiman have staged a peaceful demonstration to protest what they describe as unlawful eviction by the municipal assembly.
The aggrieved traders, clad in red armed bands, wielded placards, some of which read, "We own this land, why take it from us? And we have documents, respect our rights." They insist they possess all the necessary legal documents permitting them to operate on the land near the Ashaiman traffic light. They say the land dispute is already before the court, awaiting a ruling. According to the traders, a private developer is allegedly influencing the assembly to forcibly take over the land despite the pending legal process. They are vowed to resist any attempt to remove them until the court delivers its verdict.
Only 1 minute. This person, you go to TDC. Go say one open fight. TDC people tell them say the land long to those people sit down for here. Please, this association. The land long for a week. This man come back. The time we go, my brother to also did there. They say no, and them know the inside. This man come back. Make wayo, make as a chrono.
Papa also be 10 feet. So be 10 feet. I need no problem. Bia, I be 10 feet from what the bia. So you say 30 bia. You want to be touchy because I know a document to assassinate so.
Some protesters expressed anger, calling the action an injustice being meted out to them. Leader of the traders, Jeffrey Ellie, condemned the assembly's move, accusing officials of disregarding due process. Meanwhile, heavy security was deployed at the scene to maintain order and prevent the protests from escalating into violence.
Well, the Nadoli Kalio District Director of Health Service, Fobi Baganjitimi, has expressed concern over the rising cases of maternal and prenatal deaths in the district. The district recorded 15 prenatal deaths in 2023, which increased to 19 in 2024. However, 5 cases have already been recorded in the first half of this year alone. Maternal deaths, on the other hand, declined to 2 in 2024, but 3 deaths have already been recorded in the last 6 months. Rafik Salam has more in this report.
Preterm birth remains one of the leading causes of neonatal deaths worldwide, and Ghana is no exception, with the worst statistics in rural communities where access to health facilities and personnel are either limited or non-existent. Nadolo Keleo District Director of Health Services, Phoebe Balagunyentimi, speaking at the project launch of preterm birth awareness creation and maternal health promotion at Loho, expressed worry over cases of maternal and prenatal deaths, which in the past had taken a nosedive but now on the rise again. The Nadolo Keleo District in 2023 recorded 15 prenatal deaths, an increase to 19 in 2024, but has so far recorded 5 during the first half of the year. Maternal deaths, on the other hand, in the district in 2023 was 3, reduced to 2 in 2024, and had already recorded 3 deaths during the first half of this year.
Because of late, what we are seeing in terms of maternal mortality, perinatal deaths, that is deaths of children dying even in utero, and then 28 days after they have been delivered, is quite worrying. We used to have pregnancy-induced hypertension, that is hypertension that is related to pregnancy. And it became a thing of the past. We are beginning to see it again. What is happening? We see most of our women too with anemia. They come in with HbAs below 5. And how can that baby survive in utero? It's also quite worrying. Are our pregnant women not eating properly? Are our men not supporting them enough? Some pregnant women will even come to the facilities without anybody accompanying them. And then they come there, you don't even know what to do. You want to ask questions, there's nobody around.
The project, which is the brainchild of the Solemn Faith Development Foundation, SFD, led by its founder, Aboyinga Selina, was held on the team, creating awareness for safer pregnancies and prevention of preterm births in rural communities. Project coordinator Aboyinga Flora recalled as a midwifery student her maiden encounter with a baby born preterm when she was on clinicals, which has motivated her for the project.
A young mother gave birth at just 30 weeks. The baby was so small that it could fit in her palms. The family was heartbroken. This young woman never attended antenatal since she got pregnant until she was in labor. And of course, there were complications and consequences. That day, I understood how urgent the issue was, and I asked myself, how could I come in? Preterm births are not just medical conditions. It is a community concern that affects mothers, fathers, siblings, and the future of the entire families.
A pediatrician at the One Municipal Hospital, Dr. Matilda Asayori, speaking on the challenges and solutions in addressing preterm births in rural communities, outlined some measures that could be taken to avoid preterm deliveries.
As soon as you realize that you are pregnant, it's important that you come and book. You come to for antenatal care. Over there, we are able to check you. We are able to do labs and be able to even know whether you are at risk of delivering a preterm baby, such that plans can be put in place. We will anticipate a preterm delivery, and plans can be put in place to care for this baby when this baby arrives. But the attitude is that some will only come to the hospital when they are about 5 or 6 weeks, 6 months into the pregnancy before they come to the hospital. So poor health-seeking attitude is one of the contributory factors to preterm deaths.
Chief Director at the Upper Wasuja Coordinating Council, Haji Pona Fati Isaac Akuri, called for support for expected mothers, urging for them to be treated with dignity.
While governments and development partners have critical roles to play, the success of this project depends on all of us. Our communities must commit to supporting expectant mothers by reducing the physical burdens they bear during pregnancy, discouraging harmful practices, and ensuring that every pregnant woman is treated with respect and dignity.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam, Loho.
Well, to the Ashanti region, where the Health Directorate has also confirmed 24 cases of Mpox across 12 districts, with Kumasi recording the highest number. Ashanti Regional Director of Health Service, Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng, disclosed the figures in an interview with Love FM.
Ashanti region, we initially, for a long time, we didn't even record a case. But currently, the total number of cases that we have recorded in the region is 24. 24. Which is almost about 5% of the total cases that we are talking about. You look at the districts that have been affected, we are talking about 12 of the districts, which is about 27% of the 43 districts that we have in the region. Currently, the leading district, as is implied, is Kumasi, having about 6 cases, which is about 25% of the cases that we are having. And basically, as we are discussing, we don't have any of them in admission. Okay. Our first 2 cases were really recorded in Otafo, and then that's around about 2 months ago. And they have been discharged, and they are doing well. The case fatality rate for most of the outbreaks of Mpox is normally around 11%. 11%. But if you look at the current outbreak that we are dealing in the country, and then you look for the period for which we are talking about, we are looking at 1/409, and which is giving you a percentage of 0.24. You can't see 0.24 person dying, but it means that it's really, really not fatal.
We'll take a short break and return with more.